Hello guys, it is Eric here again. This is gonna try to record another tutorial here. It's gonna be a little bit different. I'm not my normal place of recording videos, not my dorm room. I'll try to put up a picture of this. I'm in my classroom right now, where I just had class, but I have hooked my computer up to the projector so I can have two monitors, one for an actual script this time, surprisingly, and one where I can on my laptop to code. So I'm gonna really hope a teacher just doesn't walk in and see me like weirdly talking to myself about coding Minecraft. But hey, if it does, I'll figure it out from there. Anyway, with that out of the way, I'm gonna try to do a ToggleSneak, ToggleSprint mod today. I want to give credit where credit's due. I don't know who made this mod originally. I've just been sent a lot of pictures by people saying, yeah, this is what the mod should look like. I'm like, alright, cool. I'll try to recreate that. So whoever made the mod, I'm blatantly copying how it looks in this video. So yeah, if you could let me know in the description who made this, that would help. I'll give them credit so I don't feel like I'm stealing too much. So with that out of the way, I keep saying that a lot, man. I should edit that out. Yeah, I'm gonna start by making a package this time. Surprising. A lot of people said in DMs to me that I should do packages instead of nested classes, that it's less confusing. So I'm going to try to do that, and hopefully it's less confusing. So I'm going to do a new package called ToggleSprint Sneak. Yeah, good enough name. Now I'm going to make a basic mod. We're going to call it mod ToggleSprint Sneak. It's going to extends mod draggable. Going to do the unimplemented methods. We're going to have a private screen position, just like we have last time. For every mod, we're going to say this dot position equals position, return position. For height, I'm going to say return font dot font height. And for the getWidth method and the render method, I'm going to leave a load for right now. But I will get back to those methods. But before I forget, I'm going to register it as a mod. So I'm going to say private static mod toggle sprint sneak mod toggle sprint sneak. Copy this one and say that, paste that there, paste that there, and then I'm going to add a getter for get ToggleSprint Sneak because we are going to need that. Now I'm going to make a new function, and I am going, or not a new function. My bad. Okay, I'm getting ahead of myself a little bit. I'm meeting someone for lunch in just a little bit, so I'm trying to not rush, but like kind of rushing a little bit. So I'm going to say a couple settings here. I'm making note. These are settings. There's going to be a public boolean fly boost. I'm going to initially set that to true to show it off. Public float fly boost is factor. Good enough name. Set that to 4. And we want an int for keyhold ticks, which is a horrible name, but basically it's the amount of ticks you can hold down the button for that it will cancel fly ticks. So basically the idea is if you tap it really fast, then it will hold it, but if you just normally like press the button, it won't. For Sprint Sneak. You guys can change this with your own keybind. I don't know why there's yellow here now. Whack. Anyway, I'm gonna make a new class. We're going to call this new class, let's call it like modded movement input or client name movement input. That's a much better name. Sorry, I'm trying to move my mouse to my script and scroll a little bit, just because it's on a projector and it's like weird for me to look over. It's not right next to me like my monitor normally is. So we're going to say extends movement input, and I'm going to add just a lot of variables we're going to need. So we're going to say private boolean sprint is false. If we're sprinting, we want a private. We want game settings. Game settings. We want private and sneak was pressed. If our sneak key was actually pressed or not, and how many ticks it's been like kind of held down for. Not great name, but private int. We want one for sprint was pressed. Can't type. We'll set that to 0. We want a private entity player SP for a player. I'm gonna import that. Control-Shift-O. I want a private float original fly speed. We'll just set that to -1. -1. And then we also need a private float boosted fly speed. And we'll just set that to 0. And then I need one more, which is an instance of Minecraft. So private Minecraft MC. Now I'm going to make a constructor for client input movement. And I'm just going to take game settings. And then I'm going to say this dot game settings equals game settings. This dot MC equals Minecraft dot get Minecraft. Now what I want to do is start overriding the movement function. So I'm going to say update player movement state. Now, 1 second. When do I have to? Okay, cool. Just realized I have to go meet someone just a hot second, which I don't think I'm gonna be able to finish this. So I will pause this like halfway through, hopefully, and try to edit the two together. So we're gonna say player equals MC.get player, or the player, yeah. Move strafe, which is a float in movement input, we're going to set to 0.0f. And move forward, we're also going to set to 0.0. Then what we want to do is just do the really simple left, right, up, down. So we're going to say if game settings dot keybind forward dot is down, move forward plus plus. If actually, I'm going to copy this for backwards. So if keybind back, we want to subtract. For keybind right or left, keybind left, we are actually going to do movement strafe plus plus, and then right is minus minus. Then we're going to say jump equals game settings dot keybind jump dot is key down. Alright, I gotta head out and meet a friend for dinner, or for lunch, my bad. I will pick this back up and hopefully you won't have to hear any of this because I will edit it out, but knowing me, I'll forget, so yeah. Alrighty guys, I'm back finally. It's been a little bit of time, but now I'm gonna get right back into coding. So basically what we want to do now is say if our mod instance dot get our ToggleSneak dot is enabled. So if our mod is enabled, we want to say if game settings dot keybind sneak dot is key down. So if we're pressing sneak, we want to say if sneak was pressed, sorry, int, and then say if sneak was pressed equals -1. Else if the player dot is writing or player dot is flying, or player, what is it, capabilities, yeah, dot is flying, then sneak was pressed equals module, or mod manager, what did I call it, mod instance dot get ToggleSneak dot key hold ticks +1. Then I want to say else sneak was pressed equals 1. Oh, and this has to be equals 0. I'm gonna say sneak does not equal sneak. Oops. Equals not. That was what I meant to type. Then we want to say else if sneak was pressed greater than 0. Sneak was pressed ++. So there's that part. Now what we want to do is if the key isn't down, we want to say else. We want to say if module manager or mod instance, sorry, not module manager, dot get that dot key hold ticks is greater than 0. And I'm gonna put that in another set parentheses. I'm gonna make this bigger actually too. And sneak was pressed. Mod instances get that dot key hold ticks. Sneak equals false. And then we'll just say sneak was pressed equals 0. So there's that. Now what we want to say, which is still going to be in this mod ToggleSneak enabled, we want to do another else. Outs, actually, wait a minute. I'm going to do just else sneak. So this is implementing normal sneak. Is game settings dot keybind sneak dot is key down. Okay, so now that we are out of that if statement, we're going to actually implement the functionality of sneak. So let me say if sneak move strafe times equals 0.3f, move forward times equals 0.3f. Now we can do we want to do ToggleSprint. I'm losing my mind here. Sprint. So then I'm going to say this is sneak. And I am going to say if mod instance dot get that dot is enabled. So we're going to see if it's enabled, then we're going to say if game settings dot keybind sprint dot is key down. If sprint was pressed equals 0. So basically kind of the same thing as above, but this is going to be for sprinting. So we're going to say if sprint was pressed equals -1. Else if player.capabilities.isFlying. Sprint was pressed equals mod instance dot get that dot keyhold ticks plus 1. Else sprint was pressed, sprint was pressed equals 1. Then outside of this, we're going to say else if sprint was pressed is greater than 0. Sprint plus plus. Now outside of that, we're going to say else. Actually we want to say, let's see, wait, where is this? Yeah, perfect. So if the keybind is not down, we're going to say if mod instance dot get ToggleSprint dot keyhold ticks is greater than 0, and sprint was pressed is greater than mod instance dot get ToggleSprint dot keyhold ticks. So if that, we'll say sprint equals false, and then out here we'll say sprint was pressed equals 0. Then we want to go outside this and say sprint is 0. Yeah, that would make sense. Sprint's false, not 0. So now we got that. Now we just need to finish implementing sprint. So we want to say if sprint and move forward equals 1.0 and player.onGround and player.isUsing item and not player.isPotion active of potion.blankness. Just kind of implementing the how normal sprint is created. But just now we're going to take into account a couple other things after this. We're going to player.set sprinting true. Now I want to say if mod instance dot get ToggleSneak dot fly boost and player dot capabilities dot is creative mode and player dot capabilities dot is flying and nc dot get render view entity equals player and sprinting. We want to now apply the boost. The reason we have to do this is to make sure we're not spectating people, because the view entity might not always be us if we are spectating someone. So keep that in mind. We want to say if original fly speed is less than 0.0 or this dot player dot capabilities dot get fly speed does not equal fly boost speed or boosted fly speed, that's what I called it. And original fly speed equals this dot player dot capabilities dot get fly speed. Want to say boosted fly speed equals original fly speed times mod instances get that dot fly boost factor player dot capabilities dot set fly speed boosted fly speed. Now we want to do quick jumping, we want to say if sneak player.motionY minus equals 0.15D times we want to yeah, I'm gonna cast this to a double actually, just for a second. I don't remember if this is correct or not, but we'll see. Mod instance dot get dot fly boost factor minus 1.0f. Yeah, I'm gonna cast. I don't think I. Yeah, I'm gonna leave this cast to double. I don't actually think I need that looking back at my code, but yeah, I'm gonna leave it just for the sake of this video. So then we want to say if jump. I want to say plus. Then we want to come out of here and say else if player.capabilities.get fly speed equals boosted fly speed. This dot player dot capabilities dot set fly speed to the original fly speed. And then we want to set original fly speed equal to negative 1.0 as a float. Okay, so that should be all of the actual logic code. But now we actually need the display code to get the string. So I'm gonna make a public function. Let's do public string get display text. And this is going to return the UI text that's going to be displayed. If you guys want like a fancier UI, you don't have to do this. This is just mainly because I want the text. It just kind of makes sense to be in this class because everything else is in here. But you know, you can move it if you want. So I'm going to say string display text. Can't spell. And then at the end, I am going to, before I forget, return display text dot trim. Just to remove any other characters in case I have any. But basically what we want to do is I want a couple things. So I want boolean is flying equals mc.thePlayer.capabilities is flying. Just to make it easier on myself, so I don't have to type it out a lot. I want boolean is writing equals mc.thePlayer is writing. I want a boolean is holding sneak equals game settings dot keybind sneak dot is key down, and then I want one for a boolean is holding sprint equals game settings dot keybind sprint dot is key down. Okay, so now that I got that, what I want to say is I'll just do if is flying, and if the original fly speed is greater than 0.0, then the display text is going to be, we'll say it's flying, with parentheses and say new or you know, actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a private static final decimal format. I'll just call this df equals new decimal format. I'm going to make this look actually pretty nice. It's deviating from my notes a little bit, but that's okay. We're just going to say that. I think that should work. And then I am going to say df.format boosted fly speed divided by original fly speed plus boost like that. So that's if you have the boost. Else, if you don't have the boost, display text is just going to equal flying. Go like that. We want to say, actually we gotta do plus equals in these because they can be added together. We want to say if is writing display text plus equals, I also want a space after all of those, or you know, we'll do 2 spaces after everything. And this is going to be writing 2 spaces. I'm going to say if sneak. So if we're sneaking, I want to say if flying. If we are flying, display text plus equals. We'll say descending. Now you can remove some of these if you don't want them, but I'm just going to go over like all the options that I've seen. Else if is writing, we are going to say display text plus equals dismounting. Say else if is holding sneak, display text plus equals sneaking key held. So it's gonna be the key held version, and then else the display text is gonna be sneaking key toggled. And now we just gotta do one more case, which is gonna be else. This is gonna be actually else if I'm gonna say sprint and not is flying and not is riding. If is holding sprint. We are going to just copy this. Let's say sprinting. Else, we are going to say sprinting. And that should be it for the display text class. I'm actually going to move this up all the way to the top here, so it's with all my other variables. But now we're going to go back to here, where everything is still weirdly yellow. I don't know why. Can I get rid of it? Yeah, okay, that got rid of it. I don't know. Whack. But basically, now what I want to do is, for the width, we are going to say mc.thePlayer dot I think it is movement input. Now the problem is movement input. If I go to where movement input is, movement input, we need to change this type to be of client name movement input. And that will error. We'll go ahead and fix those errors, but we're going to say get display text here, and we're going to say font dot get string width and pass that in. And then render, we're going to say font dot draw string. Gonna get the display text. Gonna say this is position.get absolute x, position.get absolute y. Color, we'll just make it -1, so white. Now in the problems, you're going to see two errors where they say could not convert. So from here, we're going to change this to client name movement input. Click on the other one. Client name movement input. And those errors should go away. And then we can fire up our client and hope that everything works. If it doesn't, you won't see it because I'll hopefully remember to cut it out of video. It's been a long day. But let's just hope everything is working right. So, let's move all of these over here. And I'm not seeing it being rendered. Oh, it's that. Okay, so it's being rendered, it's just not rendering right. What did I do wrong? This get display text is not returning anything, which is a little odd. But, wacky. So if I'm sprinting, it's still, oh, there we go. Okay, now it, okay. Okay, so now sneak is toggled. Okay, so it is, I guess, okay, yeah, I guess it is rendering right. I just probably should have some, like, default dummy text for it to render. But my sprint isn't working, so let's see. Why is my sprint not working? Did I forget to enable it? If sprint... Ah, yes, I forgot. Sprint does not equal sprint, or sprint equals not sprint here. Haha! Okay, and then I'm also going to render some dummy text. So we're going to say in render dummy, let's just say font.draw string. Oh, you know what we could do actually too? We could assign private string text to render, and we'll just have it equal to nothing right now, and we're going to say the width is going to be that. In render, we're going to say that the text to render equals that, and then we're going to render text to render. And then render dummy, we're going to copy both of these, but we're just going to render some dummy text saying like dummy text here. I don't know, you can change this whatever you want. But then we should then be able to render a width, excuse me, and be able to move around. And then hopefully that should also fix sprinting, hopefully. Let's see if I forgot anything else. Okay, so we're going to go into oops here, say that, move everything over here. I'll move that over here. Cool, dummy text here, we got that. And there we go, sprint is toggled. Or I can hold it like that, and that works fine too. Sneak is toggled if I just hit it, or I can hold it down. That works fine too. Alrighty guys, thanks for watching. I've actually got through this tutorial, and also have nicely procrastinated writing a paper that's due tomorrow, but hey, you know, I want to make some videos, so yeah, see you guys in the next video or something.